Welcome everyone back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Garson.
I'm Lindsay.
Arcane, Season 2, Act 3, Episode 7. Let's check it right out. Rest in peace, Isha, and we'll see how crazy Jynx goes this time.
Hopefully not too crazy.
Hopefully not. Leave a like and subscribe. Check out Patreon to get uncuts for Arcane and all of our other stuff. We've been a little bit stalled. If anybody's looking for Blue Lock or other Avatar and Korra stuff, we've just been focusing kind of on this and trying to stay consistent with One Piece as well. But once we finish up Arcane, everything will probably go back to normal. Anyway, leave a like and subscribe. Let's go. Is that Ekko? Is that old Ekko?
Oh.
Is that distinguished Professor Ekko here? Oh, did he just skip? Yeah, he skipped forward into his future, into another timeline of his future self, or a different timeline. Not maybe he's not even older.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That's jumpy. Did you just throw that?
Oi! What in the seven sumps is all this racket?
No way.
Oi, one of those days, huh?
One of those
Lucky
days.
twins.
You know.
Genius and madness.
Oh. What's gotten into him?
Holy shit.
Did you see the like record thing at the beginning was different too?
No, I didn't. It was like a different characters on it.
Yeah, I think it was.
It looked like
Jynx and
Ekko.
Ekko, yeah. Or I guess probably Powder and Ekko in this rendition.
Yeah, it seems like they're like together.
Or at the very least both working like for this guy.
Yeah, I bet he's gonna go to the bar and Vi's gonna be like pouring drinks with Vander. I wonder if if all of Zahn is like fixed in this, like because Vander and Silco maybe weren't at odds, or they lived long enough to reconcile.
Yeah.
Maybe.
This is if Silco found the note that Vander left.
Yeah. It's not the same, but it's not nearly as bad, but it reminds me of like the Aegon. Yes, Aegon the Conqueror, not Aegon my son type thing. But it's not like that at all, but it kind of feels like it. No, it doesn't feel like it. It kind of seems like it, but it's not actually.
It's gonna be like a freaky thing where he has to go back to reality, but you just don't want to because this is so much better.
It's like a crazy dream that's just perfect. Everything worked out. Everything is like so nice.
So weird.
I feel like I woke up in the wrong universe.
This is the eyes.
Still plenty of time.
Yeah, they're not all purple.
I've got you.
My liege.
Oh?
Sit down.
Milo and what's his name?
We finally got the hybrids to feed off the Fisher gas.
He's all like
The
distinguished.
conversion rate's way too low. They're nowhere near robust enough to purify all the air down here.
Unless you plant 1,000,000 of them.
Cultivating the soil, infusing the water. It's no luck.
I'll be right back.
Save him from himself. Where would you be without her?
What a world.
Yeah.
Holy.
Just stay here.
Hey, Gert. Oh, do the Kim sisters have another show coming up? Milo here is a big fan.
Yeah. The old man's gonna let us play the party the night before that Innovators competition you all are gunning for.
Innovators competition.
As good as it feels to pour everyone's drink, you need to fill your own cup.
You think I'm holding myself back?
I think you're too smart to spend your life in a bar.
Professor.
Oh,
Is he gonna recognize and like wait?
No, but he's just chilling
Oh, maybe, yeah.
because he just likes it better.
Maybe they ended up in the same reality. I think he'll, maybe, but he might have just recognized.
One can't go shouting from the rooftops about being thrust into parallel dimensions without awkward consequences. The anomaly which dislodged us from our proverbial reality
He's just chilling.
also scattered us across time.
Man, I thought I was going crazy. How long have you been here?
1,128 days, 6 hours, and
I thought he was gonna say years.
20 minutes.
He's been here a
So
while.
you've just been waiting for me all this time?
Precisely.
Oh.
Or rather, imprecisely. Grew skeptical you'd arrive, even during my unusually long lifetime.
What about Jayce?
Oh, he was just waiting like for his consciousness.
Yeah, to arrive.
He may have wound up elsewhere.
Please tell me you figured out a way to get us home.
That is a
Nope.
veritable conundrum. Hex tech was never invented here, and without a creation so prodigious as the hex gates,
No anomaly.
I've been able to accomplish wonderful things in this world. Give it time to settle. This place will grow on you, you'll see.
Grow on me?
You can't just leave your all the people there.
Yeah.
You don't belong here.
We can't leave.
I'm gonna
You probably
find a way
could if
back
you
with or without
tried.
Maybe don't. You know?
I was gonna go see Vi. You wanna come?
Is she gonna be dead?
Is she gonna be?
I don't like the tone of this.
Is she gonna be working like as a enforcer still, or did he go show up too? If Ekko tries to get back, he'll like introduce hex tech perhaps, or some kind of shit with that, and then it's
Into
gonna
this
be
wall.
all over again when they don't have that problem. Although maybe it's inevitable.
It might even just be like a mental thing. Like, what if he could just get back? Oh, maybe that's how he could get back, because he already had hex tech in his weapon and stuff.
Hello?
What the hell's going on here?
Oh, is it the...
Or is it Viktor? Or no, it is. Yeah, it's like the mage that he saw.
Did you bring me here? Wait!
We're in Silent Hill right now with all this
Yeah.
fog.
Hex tech nuke.
I can't be.
So they got the good reality, alternate reality. He got the bad alternate reality. Ooh.
You had one of your funky dreams about an energy storage device that you swore would win the competition, so you came to me for help.
She's still hanging out here.
I came to you.
You weren't gonna figure it out yourself.
Zero loss chemical energy cell. And this
Better watch
invention,
out.
you don't have some alternative purpose for it?
You're the big idea guy. Sorry, sis. Someone's wigging out over his project and having an identity crisis again.
She died? How did she
And
die?
me not living up to my potential speech from Vander again. It reminds me of you.
She's dead? It was a mistake to come here.
What's that supposed to mean? Just because you're having a bad day, don't take it out on me.
Was it you?
Oh my god.
You gave us the tip. We went on that job because of you.
Job.
Oh.
That's why there's no hex tech here.
You should leave. Go.
Oh, she died
before I
on
do something
that
I regret.
excursion?
I'm working on it.
Did she get like beat to death by those guys, or
Maybe she fell or something. So they're like all jumping around on the roofs.
this feels like in Life? This is kind of exactly like Life is Strange.
I was thinking, this whole thing had a Life is Strange vibe to it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that earlier.
Honestly, Powder seems very max coded somehow. We still need to play the new one. Heimerdinger playing? Heimerdinger. Or did she blow up?
Oh.
She maybe died in the Hextech explosion.
And it all just got blown up, and maybe Jayce died in that universe too, and that's why there's no hex tech, because he also got, and that's why he didn't go there, because he doesn't exist.
That must, yeah, exactly. Maybe Kate too then. Was she there? She was there. She was like following him around. Jesus Christ. It's just showing like how great the world is without it, and then this is like the conclusion, and Ekko's gonna try and figure it out.
Hex tech. Cool. Was Was he just fighting these for like years? And then that's why when he comes back, he's just like,
yeah,
zero hesitations. Oh.
Ah! Fuck's sake.
That looked really good.
You think you can recreate the anomaly with these? Inconceivable.
So you'll help me?
I don't know.
I meant that quite literally. I don't believe this can be done. Tampering with the arcane never ends well, lad.
I need a professor. Better yet, a partner.
How could I forsake a brilliant lad in need? Again.
Again. Heimerdinger, you were right the first time when you said this shit shouldn't be tampered with. What in God's name?
It's just decaying.
Oh, did you see them crawling over? They're like getting closer and closer. Was he eating himself? What was that? Was that something he found? One of the creatures?
Corrupts. Consumes.
It's your time now, Jayce. Perhaps it's time for the era of magic.
Please. Accept the
How long was he down here?
Long.
It's kind of like Mel.
Whoa.
Holy fuck.
Ekko, I don't know what this is all about, but if you're trying to apologize, dragging me through the... You painted this?
I had this dream where things went another way.
She looks so badass.
What she looked like if she grew up.
Yeah.
She was the toughest person in all of Zone. Nothing scared her.
No, not my sister. But I was strong because she was afraid. Well, her fear of losing us is what made her fight so hard.
You were different in my dream too.
Oh yeah, Buster? Is that what this is about? You want me to change?
No.
Do not.
Just
Really? No.
you aren't the kind of person who helps other people with their projects. Your ideas change the world. I can't shake the feeling that that's who you're supposed to be.
I don't want to lose what makes me chasing some wild dream.
Good.
Sometimes taking a leap forward means leaving a few things behind.
All right, out with it. What do you want from me?
So creepy.
What if? What if?
What?
No, I don't know. It sounds kind of dumb.
What? You can't say that.
Can I pause? What if Ekko is getting powder in on all of this reality swapping? You know, Ekko from our timeline goes into Ekko from this timeline, and and they're more the same. It's just different circumstances. They haven't been through as like the same trauma, or they don't think of things so differently. So he goes right in. Now Ekko is enlisting powder to get him to the other timeline. What if powder also goes, but Jinx is so fucked up, and that's the schizo powder versus Jinx battle is both of them fighting for supremacy. That would be insane. I don't think it's true though, because I think the point obviously is that that's how she's dealing with her trauma. But like now that we're dealing with consciousness from another timeline going in, and then how Jinx's whole thing is this fight, this inner war between Powder and Jinx. Maybe she has like such a strong like divergence and sense of self in the new one that like this Powder who just wants things to be better and wants to work towards peace or whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not that different. It's just, but they're clearly a lot more different than say the two different Ekkos, or the two different Heimerdingers.
Yeah, Heimerdinger's basically the same. Both he's just chilling.
Yeah. Anyway, I had that thought, and then I thought about it, and yeah, like maybe, but I just wanted to say in case it does turn out to be true, because that would be a crazy thing, because that was like from way back, you know?
Yeah. I like how she has a little pink streak in her hair and build a time machine. Or a reality machine.
I like that, like, a lot of the young people are just like super smart.
Yeah.
Like they're like everyone's like basically a physicist.
Yeah, everyone's just a crazy inventor. Whoa. I could just put those in there just for
just for aura.
Style. Oh god.
Maybe Powder should get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
There it is. You've opened Pandora's box in a peaceful universe.
Oh.
So, what does it do? So, what does it do?
You just asked me that.
Oh, I didn't. Oh my god!
I'm tired for games.
No, I didn't.
It's a time loop. Huh?
A time loop? A time loop?
Oh my god.
It's no good.
Going back in time.
I read that was enough proof for Heimerdinger. Oh, he said it at the same time.
I was playing with inversions on Jayce's acceleration room.
Try going back further.
Take it slow, lad. We wouldn't want to push a new invention too far too quickly.
Yeah. Better be careful with this.
You better dial the fuck in with this. You're operating a time machine with a bike chain. All right, just relax.
Oh.
Oh no.
This is not.
This is very reminiscent of when she saw all the sparkles before Vander exploded. No!
The limit is 4 seconds.
Are you certain, my boy? What were the indicators?
You died.
Trust me, it's 4 seconds.
Amazing.
He still has the shit on him?
Show it off at the party.
No.
Oh my god. This isn't what we need or want. We need to get rid of this.
Fuck's sake.
A boost?
It's freaky.
A momentary upgrade, if you will.
Where do we start?
You can start by attending your party. What's the point of a device like this if you don't enjoy the time you have?
Jesus Christ.
Like that.
Whoa. Incredible imagery. Is he floating? Whoa.
Yeah.
He's like getting close to the singularity of it. Nice punch.
Nervous kid? Big day tomorrow?
That's all I can think about.
Where's the little lady?
She said something about making an entrance.
Ah, she does love a spectacle, eh?
In case I don't remember to tell you tomorrow, you've always meant the world to me, Benzo.
Don't get all mushy on me. Hey, making the big man misty, are you? These damn allergies. You should be proud of yourself, Ekko. Pat has been raving about your Z drive. I have the feeling that you'll be running this place soon.
So, there's a chance for us yet.
Wow. They really made up. And he didn't take Shimmer to fuck it up even more.
Did you?
Didn't you try to kill him?
Greatest thing we can do in life is find the power to forgive.
Jesus. I love they include that. They include that. Like, he still nearly murdered him in the water. We'll be back. Sorry about the change. It's been like 2 days. Let's go.
Didn't you try to kill him?
Just like, that's a weird thing to bring up at this moment. I feel like we've been over this quite. Oh, wow.
Some French rap. Whoa.
She looks so different.
This is like the opposite of those memes that are like growing up, killing your family, or your family dies of Vi, and then like 7 years in prison and then 7 days with a woman of like goth Vi. It's like the opposite of family dies, blah blah blah. 7 days with a boy.
It's beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Mm.
I just want to thank you. You know, for everything. I used to dream the Undercity could be like this. But somewhere, I got consumed by all the ways it wasn't. You ever wish you could just stay in one moment?
Sometimes taking a leap forward means leaving a few things behind.
Promise I'll never forget this.
You better not.
Sorry.
No,
can we just pretend like it's the first time?
So nice.
Sad. Whoa. I wonder if he like gets to the center, he's just gonna teleport back. Oh.
What is that?
Him?
Is that him? That's his hammer that he brings back. What's gonna happen to this reality when he does that? Hopefully nothing. Oh no!
You're just in time. This is a big upgrade.
This is where it all started, isn't it? The end of Piltover. Because of Hextech.
Is that Viktor? Who is that? It looks like Viktor.
Why did you ever give me this? Why? It doesn't have to go this way, right?
I do wish I could apologize to Miss Powder for co-opting her space like this. It truly was.
Did you tell her to break it afterwards?
Yeah. Did you tell her to completely destroy this thing?
Because when the other Ekko and Heimerdinger wake up,
If they do.
Oh, did you see that? It like faded. It like faded into his hair when the rune went like passed over him.
Whoa.
Never a dull moment since I've met you, lad. I've truly
No,
lived.
don't say some shit like that. Is he sacrificing himself?
Why?
Oh no.
Get out of here. Oh, he has to like dial it up properly.
Get out of here!
Go
Get
away!
out! Go away!
I won't fail. I swear it.
Sacrifice. The fourth element. And when he has his, what I think is his like alt.
Powder? What happened?
Destroy it, Powder.
I think it's already
Inert, but Ekko, if he's as smart as he is in this timeline, he could figure it out. That was epic as shit though, with Jayce.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a music box. No. I don't like that. I don't like that foreboding shit.
I feel like that's not. I feel like she's putting it in the drawer, and she had it the whole time. She could have given them more, and she didn't.
That's true. That's true. She showed some restraint, but now that she connected with this other version of Ekko, you know, maybe she'd want to return to him. That version. I don't know. It's Chekhov's Hextech parts.
I think they're nice and happy over there, and they'll live their lives, and everything will be fantastic. Because we're gonna go back, and it's just gonna, I don't know what's gonna happen in the regular timeline.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know either.
What do you know, you creature? Anyway, yeah, that was such a good episode.
Really beautiful, and really, I don't know, like, kind of amazing to be able to spend one of the last 3, like, the previous episode, we were thinking, like, how are they gonna wrap this up in 3 episodes? And the fact that they take an entire episode to focus on different alternate timelines, and, like, most of it is just, like they could have explored this concept in a lot less time, but the fact that they just fully committed to it, and you got really attached to this, like, the way that things could have been.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like was really effective, but I think it also kind of gives you hope in a way. Like, it seems like, things
could turn out this way,
things are really
here.
bad, but it happened here, and it could happen again, and it gave Ekko this new perspective. Like he was saying, it's just like, I kind of lost sight of the fact that this is what I wanted it to be, and this is the way things could be. He was trying to make his own thing, but he was so
focused on fighting the power that he was like, because all of this is all focused on invention, and it's easy to say, obviously, because it's a completely different circumstance, but it's not completely different. It's the same town.
It's the same people. Different things
happen. Just a few key events had changed, but the point is that this world's all focused on. They have a competition in the last drop. The bar, they have a competition about inventing things. They're constantly inventing new things and prizing people who are innovative and focusing on creating things rather than focusing on destroying other people or being greedy.
I also liken this because obviously Jynx and Ekko had, it was like that crazy like battle to the death essentially.
Yeah, and he thought of that when they had that fight.
But here he's able to see Jynx, or like Powder in this case, but, Jynx in the other timeline. She's a genius, like she's crazy in their timeline, but this is still her, she still has all these amazing ideas, and, and now that she's like, kind of back, like working with Vi and everything, it's just, it opens up a lot of, we'll see what happens, but, it shows a different possibility for her future as well, I think.
It's just extra tragic because, it's extra tragic, especially, like, the Silco Vander parallels and everything like that. Like, they're obviously set up as parallels to Vi and Jynx in the main timeline, and, they clearly are. They're like a blueprint for what their relationship could or will or won't be or whatever. But it's so good seeing that with Vander and Silco, that all that happened was they just gave it a chance and it worked out, and that's all it takes is to believe. And I think that mirrors what Jayce's resolution is at the end here, where he is seeing the devastation of everything, and he's like, he just has to believe that what he will do will make a difference.
Yeah.
Because he's the only one who can. So, yeah. But again, it's also, the problem is then it's about destroying and stopping things. As Ekko and Heimerdinger, they're all about making things, creating things, and Jayce has struggled with whether to destroy his creation or not this whole time. And, but the through line is just belief in the future, whether it's destroying something to make something happen or focusing on creating. Everybody wants something better for the future until you don't, and you're like Jynx, I imagine, and will just probably freak the fuck out, and which would be tragic because she'd be losing sight of the one good thing that came out of all this stuff with Vander coming back and with Isha, is that she reconnected with her sister.
And I think that's also part of it.
But what she needs to do is forgive Kate, because Kate made the right decision in the end. But will she be able to now that Isha's dead? You don't know.
It's it's also this thing of, in this timeline, Powder lost Vi.
Yeah, that was so bad.
But she didn't go off the deep end because she had people that, were there to care about her and support her, and she didn't feel abandoned, because in the other thing, she killed basically her entire family other than Vi, but then she thought that Vi, hated her and was mad at her and everything. So, yeah.
I don't know if Silco thought Bai was dead.
Yeah.
When he painted her portrait on the like in his where his hideout is with the tree and stuff. Mm-hmm. That was so nice.
The place here is so beautiful as well. And it's interesting because in the other timeline, this place is so beautiful because it's like
the one
a
bustling
place and everyone's
life.
there. And then it's interesting here that but the thing is it's so overcrowded at this point, and the tree is like dying and all the leaves are getting like hex-teched and falling off.
They're polluted,
and everything.
Yeah.
But here it's just this abandoned place, and it's beautiful kind of in a different way, you know? As a place of like solitude and quiet rather than, you know, like the one shard of hope.
Well, yeah, it's not, everyone's not crowding here because, like, you know, I by the way, I loved Heimerdinger's song.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was so sad too. Like the lyrics were really bittersweet. But even like where he was singing or whatever, like the whole Undercity and everything is just fully connected now, and there's no like division like that. Everybody's like hanging out, and the air's fresh everywhere. There's not like, you know, because now I guess that there's less crime. Now there's more maintenance in the under areas. So then, you know, like the gray obviously was being released by Caitlyn, but like the entire Undercity was like polluted and fucked up because of the mines and stuff like that. Even if the main aspect of it was away, but yeah, it's just everywhere has like life to it, you know, so they don't need to crowd around this one example of it. And there's all the different kids. Like I feel like the whole like race aspect as far as like like demi-human people, like the bat people, or like the rat guy who had the prosthetics, like they haven't gone into that a lot, but it seems like kind of a subtle thing that like Ekko's right-hand dude is like, I don't even know if we've heard his name, but like this bat guy, but there's no like upper crust bat dudes on the thing. So like I think that like just seeing everybody kind of together here, like of all different types, is like a smaller kind of seller thing, other than Heimerdinger obviously, but he's a complete anomaly because he was on the council. I don't know if that's part of it, but I think that maybe there's something to do with sort of race parallels and you know, society healing, and everybody is like hanging out and enjoying things, and it's not like a question. It's like everybody's all the kids are like together, even though they might come from different places, because it's all the same place now is the point. But yeah,
I do like Heimerdinger's kind of sacrifice as well, and I
like how it's foreshadowed with the time travel thing.
And I like the whole, like, when he didn't really like where Jayce and Viktor were kind of going, and then he left and was just in the Undercity and, you know, kind of over there, but he still was like trying to interfere and everything. But like in this, him sacrificing himself because he believes in Ekko so much and is willing to just fully like let go and hand it off to him.
Yeah, because he can tell.
Because he could have tried to make himself go too, if he didn't trust that Ekko would be like the guy for the job, essentially. You know, and then it could have messed it up. But he decided, no, I have full 100% faith in Ekko, and I'm gonna let him do whatever he needs to.
Yeah, he's gone
for the future.
Heimerding has gone through multiple pupils, and they are, you know, they don't have the same belief in life, willing to sacrifice. Like Jayce, I don't know actually what the difference is, because we see Jayce in a hard spot now, and he's gone through probably more shit than anyone at this point with what he's experienced. We don't know how long he was in the alternate future or the alternate timeline.
Yeah, because Heimerdinger was aware here for like 3 years or something.
Yeah, and so it's at different times, which is why, by the way, cutting back for a second, it's why I thought and maybe still think that Powder went back in time. Because you can go, and whether you're back or forward by like a standard deviation or whatever, like there, you know, you could go. Heimerdinger was back 1,000 days. Ekko was here, and then maybe Jayce was a little bit was far in the future, or maybe only a little bit in the future. So since she still has this whole machine, she's a genius. She has all that other hex crystal. She could perhaps try to go back and bring back her sister. Now that she sees what's possible with this thing. So maybe that theory still holds true and there might be some more shit there. But it'll just be another causality loop because she'll just be creating the circumstances that led to this in the first place. If that is partially what causes Jynx's like schizophrenia, is having these two disparate parts of herself. Anyway, what was I saying about all this other stuff? I forget what I was saying. Some shit about Heimerdinger.
How he had multiple different, the difference between Jayce and Ekko.
Yeah, so I don't mean to downplay Jayce's, because I feel like we and a lot of people give Jayce a lot of shit because of everything in season 1 and all of his mistakes and all of his lack of decisiveness and kind of weaselly, not even weaselly like on purpose, but
getting taken advantage of by people and getting
naivete,
getting led by whoever.
Like that's the thing is Ekko is not naive. I think maybe that's the difference.
But maybe he's a little bit too jaded. Is like
maybe, but now he's opened up a little bit more, and maybe Heimerdinger saw that as he was enjoying this time. And he's younger, but like even Viktor was naive, and that's what in his own different way, and a little bit not greedy, but overly ambitious in a way. They both were, but I think Heimerdinger sees that element of Ekko where he's not he doesn't have that kind of streak to him. He doesn't want to like, he just wants everyone to be happy at the end of the day, and he's the kind of uncompromising person who will live in squalor and sacrifice himself. He literally did in season 1. He probably expected to die if Heimerdinger didn't find him. Like he's willing to do what we've seen at least Jayce was not previously willing to do, and I think that Heimerdinger saw that selflessness or that sort of awareness in him. Yeah. That emotional intelligence.
And even the choice to go back, like he could have just said like.
Yeah, he still sees it as his responsibility.
Even kind of let him have the out at the start of like, there's no hex tech, like we can't go back.
We can just live here, it's
and they
fine.
Go back.
Get
and
used
I think that is like also kind of my interpretation of the powder thing in this is like she has had the power this entire time to do this, but she is making the choice to not do, even if she knows her sister might be alive in this other timeline. I think that I think she is capable of being aware of that and letting it go and putting it in the drawer and knowing that like she can, but she's making the choice not to, and whatever's happening elsewhere is fine, and she's gonna do the best that she can in this life.
And that's why
with
she
her
puts
own
this
thing.
locket from Ekko in, or this like thing in with that, as if it's like it's away, it's fine. Yeah, and I kind of like that. It's interesting because it kind of reverses the whole Chekhov's gun thing of like, you see a gun, it will be fired by the end, blah blah blah. So if you think of it like that, but it's a choice not to do it. It's very, and that it was there the whole time, and that she clearly was intelligent enough to try and fuck with it.
Yeah.
But because of the circumstances around everything, because everybody gave the future a chance, gave peace a chance, gave forgiveness a chance, she was able to as well. And because Vi wasn't there to punch her in the face when she killed Vander, for example, which is like the opposite of forgiveness. Maybe if whatever, it's just I like that. I like that. Just such a good show. I just really hope there's talks that like there might be another project, an Arcane project in the future. I really just wish that I hope if they do continue it that this whole team stays here, because these people are geniuses. Like this is like one
so
of the best shows that's ever been made, like easily.
I agree.
And just like we haven't talked about it, the whole aesthetic, like this, it's almost like okay, post-apocalypse and dystopia is such an oversaturated setting. And it is so derivative and the same thing, and every once in a while something comes along that like brings new life to it. I think Last of Us gave a big dose of life to it when the game came out in like 2013 or whatever it was. But like that thing of fungus and overgrown moss and ivy on everything and all this shit. Because like previously post-apocalypse, the kind of like standard for that kind of look and feel was something like Fallout or Mad Max, where it's like wasteland, like glass and sand and desolation, no vegetation. So then when Last of Us comes out and it's all like overgrown, severe vegetation, like city centers, is like nature's retaking everything with like this element of fungus and the clickers and stuff like that. It brought like a new flavor to it. But ever since then, it's been this like very static, you know, that is the aesthetic for post-apocalypse, or some element of like hyper fantasy, like a Terra Online, or these like Sword Art Online. That's not a like otherworldly fantastic twist on post-apocalypse. And what I'm getting at is that this aesthetic is so original, and it's not derivative to me. Maybe I don't see the inspiration, but the whole look and feel of all this shit with the hex tech, like wild rune stuff, where it's this crystalline, opal,
like
coral-like, but also non-natural. Like it looks like if you kind of, you know, if you were to blur all this, you're like, oh, it's like a reef. But then you look at it and it's like all these circles, and there's the patterns in it, like how there's like circles that grow into other larger. It's like a constant flow and like kaleidoscopic, but it's all, it feels random, but there's a logic to it. It's just so inventive, and like it's the kind of thing that only a really creative artist could do. Not just an artist that's really good at drawing, but an artist that like people that have like a logic or a concept to it, and you can feel that there's like a life to it beyond just the images and the curves and everything. It's beautiful, and it's feels so original, and I feel like it's very important to underscore that, because that's so not normal to have that level in something.
I think what's also really cool about the sort of general aesthetics of this like hex tech corrupted stuff is it like weird, like not, I don't like the, like you're saying, the art is so good, but it gives that like uncanny feeling almost of like a bad AI thing, where it's like things are recognizable but distorted in a way that like his hammer, where it's just like you can tell what something was, but it has been kind of like
misinterpreted.
Like there's like organic and inorganic elements that have like twisted it into a slightly different thing, and I think that like this is partially so impactful because of like the like rampant AI,
like the context
use
of modern
like
world,
this like okay, like you draw a cat AI, and then it's like this cat that's like,
but it has two pupils
its tail
or something,
is like turning into something like,
or like
disgusting.
Make a video of a cat turning its head, and then the cat starts to turn its head, but the cat starts to turn its head, but then its like neck folds turn into the face or something.
Yes, that's
shit like that.
That's kind of what it gives to me a little bit, and I think that makes it very effective.
What I find it really interesting, and maybe honestly maybe this aesthetic and this look was already from the game on some level or something. If it's original to the show, then I think that's incredible. But even if it's from the game, it's the praise still stands. But what's really interesting about that thing with AI is the fact that this came out before, like the year before AI began its like public exposure. So like this came out in 2020. AI came out I think late 2021 or mid or maybe late 2022. As far as full force, it had obviously been like ChatGPT 2 was I think from like years and years, like maybe 10 years ago or something like that, or 5 to 10 years ago. But it's just interesting because of that, the whole thing with AI and the misinterpretation, this like organic, inorganic stuff. Like you said, it's very interesting that interpretation exists for the second season, but it could not have existed for the first season. Maybe it could have, but like, you know, as far as the cultural context, it's funny to have that idea expressed in a show that has existed in both contexts. But I really like the and the color palette of all that stuff. It looks really cool as well. And it's the kind of thing that you can't just like rely on your instincts as an artist is what it is. And that's where creativity really lies, is because whether it's writing, we talk about this a lot, where shonen series, you can follow the King Arthur, Naruto, whatever program for a series and write beat by beat, this write by numbers style, and throw in some creativity here and there, and it'll sparkle as if it's new. But you can tell when something is original, because there are things like this kind of visual style too, where it's not, you're not doing that. You're not like relying on what you've seen in the past, like Last of Us or whatever. It's like you have to really think outside the box and come up with a kind of inspired look to shit. So, you're not just relying on convention. You're not relying on things that you were taught in school to inform your direction. It's something that you really have to like think about and come up with yourself. Or if it is like a mixing of the paints of like different inspirations, it comes out in a way that isn't inevitable, like they say, like the whole thing about how give a monkey a typewriter of like and enough time, eventually to write Shakespeare. Like just art can feel very inevitable, and people talk about that a lot, where well, if this person doing this whatever big cool creative thing isn't that impressive necessarily, because they were just the person at the right time who, when the medium, or whether it's technology or art or whatever, time was moving in a direction. It kind of fits with the themes of Arcane now that I'm saying it, but like time is moving in a direction, technology and art is moving in a direction, and then you were just there at this confluence of different circumstances, and through you, it could have been through anyone, but it produced whatever, this style or this level of quality of thing or whatever, or invention. But stuff like this, it doesn't feel inevitable. It doesn't feel like, oh, give anybody enough time and they would come up with this exact same thing. Yeah. And that's what to me, that's like the shit that really gets me in this show, or any show, is when you feel like this wasn't just what came next. And that's what can feel like, I guess I'm kind of saying this to shit on it, but not that's not the point, but like it kind of this line of thought kind of explains why we weren't as blown away with something like Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Because it feels like, it's very interesting, but as far as the lore and maybe the world of Cyberpunk is more, has more originality to it when you get into the series, but like the actual game, and like when they were talking about the deep net and stuff like that. Is also another Netflix show, and I love Hiroyuki Imaishi and Trigger and stuff like that, but it's with Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and it's an 8-episode show with the story that they were telling in the setting that they were telling. It felt kind of like if you gave this medium 10 more years, we would have got the same kind of thing. It felt that way, and I don't feel that way about Arcane. And they're both high quality, high level series, but that element of, you couldn't just like do this by accident. You couldn't like arrive at this type of story by accident is why I prefer something like Arcane to something like Edge Runners. Anyway, this episode is really good, and I want to watch the next one right now. Leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you next one, Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.